All right, guys, the best film you're going to see this weekend isn't Scream and it isn't 65. It's actually Champions. So Champions is about a NBA basketball coach who gets in trouble with the law and has to serve community service. So his community service is coaching a special needs basketball team, and that kind of shifts his world because he's got these great aspirations of going back to the NBA, but he's got to do this thing. And at first, it just seems like a chore. It's just something he's got to do because he wants to just coach. But he ends up obviously creating a bond with this team, and this team is just a great enduring cast of individuals. And I'll be honest with you, it's the best thing you're going to see all weekend. It's one of the most charming, fun, funny films I've seen this year. Is it a perfect movie? By no means, but I think that it was just such an enjoyable experience. You're going to laugh. I even teared up at a couple points. It does get kind of emotional, and I just think this is something a lot of people got to check out. Now, something I didn't know going into this is that it is actually a remake of a Spanish film from 2018, I want to say, of the same name, Champions, and of course, spelled a little differently for the Spanish audiences. But, you know, you see that trailer compared to this new one with Woody Harrelson, and you can see so many of the similarities. It's kind of crazy. But, you know, this film, I think, having not seen the original, I still found this charming. It makes me want to go see that original film. I got it ordered, and I'm going to check it out as soon as I get it. But there's just so much to this. You know, Kaitlin Olson kind of plays the main female lead alongside Woody Harrelson, and I think she's great. I love her, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There's a lot of other characters that kind of come in and out, but the team that Woody Harrelson gets to coach are called the Friends, and I think it's a cute, great name for their team. And you get to see their bond. And what I really appreciate about this movie is that it doesn't, you know, any jokes aren't made at the expense of people with special needs. It actually, like, they're involved in a lot of the jokes, which I think is a lot of fun. It's their more, you know, people kind of, and I think the movie touches on something really interesting, which is they set aside a specific scene, kind of showing their functionality in the world, you know, and the different degrees of their functionality, which I think was really well done, and, you know, really endeared us to these characters, because all these people in this film do great jobs. There's not a bad performance in this entire film. Are they Oscar caliber? Unfortunately not, but I still sat there and I was just charmed by every different personality, and, you know, they all brought something unique and fun and special to the table that I was engrossed in every bit of their performances. And you know, especially the actress whose name I'm forgetting at the top of my head, but she plays Constantino, and she's great. The moment she steps off that bus with her boogie board, you know, she just comes in and she gets a lot of great one-liners. I think she's got some great delivery, has great chemistry with Woody Harrelson, which is another big thing. I think Woody Harrelson, his performance by itself, I'm not going to say is his greatest performance, but his chemistry with Kaitlin Olson's great. His chemistry with all the other cast members in this is outstanding. And, you know, there's even a couple of the special needs actors that outshine Woody Harrelson at a few points, which I totally was into. And, you know, like I said, I teared up at a couple times. I was sitting there, I had rolled my sleeve up and kind of wiped away a few tears at a couple points, because it gets to the, you know, some really emotional stuff that you were probably not even expecting this film to get to, and it does. It gets to some really interesting places. Now, the downside to this film for me is just in talking of general filmmaking terms, because, like I said, I enjoy the movie, and, you know, people hear my grade eventually and probably be like, well, you didn't like it at all then. That's not the case. But just in terms of pure filmmaking, you know, I had some problems with the length of the film. I do feel like it kept, like, teasing you that it was about to end, but then it just kind of kept going. You're like, all right, like, I'm not disliking the time I'm having here, but it just felt like, okay, we still got more to go. And then it would, like, seem like it slowed down to end, and then it's like, oh, we got more to go. So a couple of that felt a little weird and sluggish. It's kind of, you know, I won't say they've tread similar waters to other stories, but it's very, you can almost predict oh, they set this up to do this at the end of the film. They set this up for that. Oh, well, this character's got to have a disagreement with this character. That's got to all come full circle. So there's predictability to it. But regardless of that, in some of the length of the film, I think they had a lot of needle drops in this film, or music, in this film, which is fine. But it was a lot, and it felt like it was like covering up for, oh, we need to pad this runtime out, so let's, play a montage song. And there's quite a few of those montages in here, which I don't know, felt a little repetitive. But regardless, fun time at the movies. You'll laugh and enjoy yourself. I think everybody in the crowd I saw it with really, really enjoyed it. And I would definitely check this out again. I probably even own it. I had so much fun with it. It's a charming little movie. So the grade I'm going to give it is a B-. Now, like I said, you see B- and you're like, oh, well, he didn't like it. Look, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's just, it's got its flaws. But at the end of the day, I found it quite enjoyable. I found myself so happy that I got to see this, especially in a weekend where we got Scream 6 and we got 65, which, I thought those two films would be, considerably better, but this is the best of the three this weekend, and I'm not going to be afraid to tell people that. I would recommend Champions above the other two films this weekend. I'm sure Scream fans will debate me on that, and maybe even some 65 fans, but hey, film is subjective, and you're allowed to have your opinion and think what you think, and I'm allowed to think what I think, and we'll just leave it at that. So what do you guys think? Are you interested in seeing Champions? Let me know in the comments down below. If you could also please hit that like button, the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification, be notified whenever I drop new videos. It'd be greatly appreciated. And yeah, so that's 3 movie reviews in one weekend. Not gonna lie, I'm a little exhausted. I think I'm gonna spend some downtime just playing some Hogwarts Legacy and waiting for the next film to come out. And until then, guys, I'll be seeing you.